Hello, Steve White, Trekboy89 for Steve Arts 89. A little bit of Star Trek news, none of them really worthy for their own video, so I'm just going to run through a few of them. Just checking out trekmovie.com. Okay, so John from Frakes says, surprise Strange New World Star Trek spoof. Right there, it's a spoof of Star Trek on Star Trek. How is that something anyone wants? I'm surprised that the new Strange New World Star Trek spoof was controversial. Of course, because he doesn't get Star Trek. And it kills me that this man sat with Gene Roddenberry, who talked about his vision for Star Trek, and he didn't get it, just went right over his head. I've met him in person, I've tried talking about Star Trek, and he just looks at you blankly like he has no idea what you're talking about. It's tragic. I know he's a good director and all that, but he doesn't get Star Trek. So not surprised there. Oh yes, the new episode, What is Starfleet? Apparently it's going to be a documentary show, so it's going to be kind of, I don't know if they're going to do it kind of like The Office where you just see it through the eye of the camera, or if it's just going to, no, actually, no, I've seen clips and it goes backwards and forwards between both. So you see the scene with the camera in it, and then you also see some shots through the camera. So I'm guessing at some point you'll see sections of the documentary that he's done representing what we've seen on screen. I'm guessing that's how they'll do it. But I don't have a huge problem with it. But yeah, I mean, can we just have a science fiction episode where like they go and explore something, find something new and something interesting happens, instead of just people just doing normal sort of work stuff, like, oh, someone's making a documentary about the people at work. It's just like, okay. Oh, Exo 6, I'll save that for the other video actually. I'm going to talk about some products. Our Strange New Worlds, the director was talking about the challenge of shooting, Kirk's first big time in the big chair, and I just have to comment that a lot of people were disappointed by this because they thought it was Kirk's big, moment in the captain's chair of the Enterprise. From the trailer and that, I've made it look like that's what it was, but no, it was his first, command experience on a different ship, the Farragut, which was a ship he had after Captain Garavik, although where was Captain Garavik? It's like they didn't know there was a Captain Garavik. They just made up some captain like they didn't know they already had established a captain. And the other thing was, oh yes, Star Trek Lower Decks did win 2 Hugo Awards, which is the first franchise win since the TNG final. Now, I don't understand how this happened because it's not a good show. And it's a half-hour comedy, and it's a parody that makes fun of Star Trek and degrades Star Trek and makes it hard for new fans to watch Star Trek and take it seriously, because it's like how people have trouble watching films that have been parodied on The Simpsons, because a lot of people know the references from The Simpsons before they go back and see the vintage films, so you have that issue. Now, I'm not sure what they won, and of course my phone just died when I was trying to look at what they actually won. I don't care. Whatever it was, they don't deserve it. I guess one was a technical award, and the other one was probably like, best drama animated or something, or best animated show or something. But it's not quite the same as, best hour drama or anything. So yeah, I'm guessing, I seem to recall that's what they were nominated for. I could be wrong, but yeah. Okay. I heard someone had a go at me in the comments about that, like, oh, it just won 2 awards. I had no idea what they were talking about. I'm like, okay, it's disappointing that the Hugos have lowered their standards, that they'd let something like Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is basically trashing Star Trek and making fun of Star Trek, and that's not fun for fans, and it's not clever or interesting. It's very easy to just make fun of something and be negative and trash something. It's a lot harder to build something than it is to tear it down. And the fact all this show does is steal Star Trek lore and Star Trek characters and stories and situations and just makes fun of them. It's not creative. They're not creating anything new or interesting. It's just trash, and just, like I said, degrades Star Trek. Is when people who've seen Strange New Worlds try and watch a Star Trek episode and there's an episode in a cave, they can't watch it, stuff like that. And it's a way that, sort of, maybe a passive-aggressive way that Kurtzman wanted to destroy the original Star Trek, because they don't make fun of his 32nd century Star Trek bubble he's created with Discovery and Starfleet Academy, because he moved it there to separate it, and then made up this other show to trash the University Left Behind. Well, the university pretended to be a part of it Left Behind, because we all know the original canon universe is a different universe from the Discovery one. But either way, Lower Decks apparently is set in the same universe as the original Star Trek, and does nothing but trash it and make fun of it, and then makes it impossible for new fans who've seen it to take Star Trek seriously after seeing it. So why they'd give this an Oscar, something that destroys and attacks quality sci-fi, I don't get it. But that's what they did. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and feel free to tell me which awards they won, because I don't care enough to actually research and look. But